Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Server Play. This is Scooch42, and we are back once again on the Direwolf20 server. I am finishing up with what will hopefully be one of just a few of the orchards. This is a manual farm, just by the way. I think in a previous episode I may have been wondering why it wasn't putting this stuff out here for me. And it is basically because this is a 100% manual farm. It should also be noted that this will not harvest from every single type of tree. For instance, I had some golden raspberry and raspberry trees over here, and those are actually shrubs. And I'm not sure exactly. I've still got a little bit of testing to do with those guys. I thought they would yield some kind of a raspberry, and so far I've been unsuccessful in getting those two. But these do appear to work with basically the Pam's trees and most of the vanilla fruit-bearing trees. Now, to be completely honest, I don't know what all of the vanilla fruit trees are. But hopefully I'll be able to get these guys a little bit of a head start here. See, I've already got some grapefruits. I've had those going for a little while, and those have definitely been working. Now, what I don't know is if this guy's going to take off. I may need to move him. I think I'm going to try moving him. And if we're being completely honest, I don't know if there's some kind of optimal placement for all this stuff. See, I don't know if anything will actually grow here. Because originally these were spots where I had those different raspberry trees. I don't think anything is going to grow here, is what I think is the deal. So let's just kind of move this stuff over here. I will say it does look an awful lot like I don't necessarily need to move, what do you call it? No, he's not going to grow there either. I don't need to continually replace this dirt, where in our other farms we needed to be able to pipe in fresh dirt because that humus turns to sand. So you do need to be wary of that. You will need to pump fresh dirt into these guys. Let's see if we can't. Nice. So overall, though, I am really pleased, and I will be adding more fruit-bearing farms to this. I definitely want to get some olive trees going in here too. I think one of the rougher things is kind of trying to figure out where these trees are going to grow. Let me start over here with some olive trees. This is just, this one is more of a test than anything else. So I may try. We can get that raspberry leaf out of there. It wasn't actually giving me anything for it. And I don't know if that is, because they don't actually produce anything. I'm not really sure what the deal is with that. I might not be able to get more olive trees down here. Let's see. Well, I think that'll probably be close to good for now. I think I might try this in one other spot. But this is definitely something I'll need to figure out as well, as if there's some kind of optimal placing of these. I don't know if you're going to grow or not. I think we might have some leaves or something in the way of that guy. Not a huge deal. Not the biggest deal in the world. But today, I wanted to work on a little bit more of the power gen. So let's see here. I do like the deep resonance, and there is definitely more that we can do to automate the deep resonance process. But it's terribly complicated. I mean, terribly, terribly complicated. And I don't necessarily know that I want to get into that kind of complication. There is a way with the RF tools controls to, and I mean completely automate this entire process. There are blocks that will check the purity and the strength and the efficiency. I could, if I really wanted to, I could totally automate the collection of the crystals and placing them over here. Honestly, though, I don't know that is something that I really want to get into. So what I thought, and I've already kind of started digging this out a little bit, and I may expand on this somewhat. Now, I can't go too far over this way because I'm going to start running into my kitchen here. But I can go down if necessary. Let's get these put back up here. Oh, I must have put those in different spots than I had them originally. That's all right. We got plenty more of those guys. There we go. But I thought I would go ahead, and I also tried to avoid this for a little while as well. But I've thought about it, and I've thought about it, and basically I think it may be a good idea to go ahead and start up with the Syngas. So if we look at generators, there's a few things that we're going to want to do. We're going to want to make, let's see where to go. We need a Syngas producer. So where'd you go? There it is, Syngas producer controller. We're definitely going to want one of those. We are definitely going to want a turbine controller, and I think, I don't know if we'll have enough time to get into the steam producer, because I believe there's also a way to externally produce, steam. So we may get into that as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what we're going to need here. We definitely want the Syngas producer controller. So we've got quite a few things that we need to make here. Let's see, we need, let's get, I'm going to say a stack of those, because we're going to need quite a few of these iron tubings, I believe. We're also probably going to want a handy bit of the control circuits, because a lot of these things that we're going to be building today are going to require that stuff. Let's go ahead and get a stack of that. That was the redstone iron wiring. Hopefully you guys are familiar enough at this point with what all these things are that I shouldn't need to explain exactly what everything is. We're also going to need a pressure valve. Those are easy enough to make. So let's see, what else do we need? So that should have been the Syngas producer controller. Why give me Syngas? Interesting. Well, that is interesting. Okay. Now we're going to do this lovely little game again where we like to... There we go. Let's move that out of the way. Maybe I can do this. Maybe I have to do this in a regular crafting table. I don't know. That's kind of weird. I don't have to do much to why it would do that. Huh. Well, let's get ourselves a regular crafting table here. I have run into this occasionally. I don't know why, really. But occasionally I cannot make things in the crafting grid. And I have to actually make them in a crafting station. But man, that is weird. Is that not iron tubing? Oh, it's because I'm missing iron frames. Okay, I just didn't see them in there. Okay. That makes a little more sense. We are going to need, I thought we needed some iron frames for that. There we go, iron frame. And let's just go ahead and get a stack of those guys, since we're going to need quite a few of the iron frames from what I understand as well. Let's see, Syngas producer controller. We should get one now. Yes, check. Totally awesome. Oh, oops. I'm going to throw you in the grid, sir. There we go. Nice. So next on the list, hopefully we've got a mixing chamber in here. Mixing chamber. There we go. And I believe we're going to want quite a few of these. The mixing chamber is directly related to the heating chamber, which I saw up here a second ago. The heating chamber. There it is. It looks like we can have up to 10 of those. And I do believe that we can do, it's a ratio of 5 to 1, from what I understand, of heating chambers to mixing chambers. So let's see if we can't go ahead and get 2, possibly, of the mixing chambers. Mixing chamber, pressure valves. Let's just get a stack of those. I don't think I got a stack of those, or at least as many of them as we can get. So that means we probably need some more of the iron tubings. Heating chamber, mixing chamber, there we go. And let's get a few more of those pressure valves. And we use just about all of those iron tubings again. So there we go. Mixing chamber. Check. There's 2 of those. Heating chamber, which we just talked about. Pretty much the same thing. This we're going to want 10 of if we can get them. There we go. Next on the list is going to be a fluid intake valve. And you can make these in any order. This is just kind of believe it or not, I wrote down a list of things I'm going to need here. So that was the fluid intake. Again, iron frames. Almost everything that we make here is going to use those iron frames. I can't believe I forgot to make those. Let's see. Item intake. We're going to need fluid intake. We're going to need an item input. See, item input port. There it is. Some more of those iron frames and some iron ingots. Nice. We are also going to need, we already got our heating chamber, I believe. You know, I may have done these backwards. I think it was, we needed 2 of those, and we needed 10 of the mixing chambers. That was my bad. So we'll make a few more of those. And we are already low on the iron frames, it looks like. Nice. There we go. And we are going to need a fluid output valve. There it is. All right. I dug out a little bit of a hole over here. This is directly under the power building, just by the way. So what I may do, what might not be a bad idea, is let's go ahead and see if we can't flush this out to the back of the wall here. Drawers. What? Oh wow, I must be getting really close to. This must be the back of our base. Wow. Wow, we are getting really, really close to stuff. It might be getting time to start thinking about making ourselves a new base. Because I'm running into this all over the place now. I'm just basically running into myself. Yeah, and that it looks exactly like that is what is going on. We are running into the very back of our own base. Right. So let's clean this up just a little bit. I don't know exactly how much room I'm going to need over here. That's not horrible. So we may, we may end up just making ourselves a whole new base area. That is entirely possible. I think that'll work. And I might do something like this here in this corner. Yeah, I think that might work. That might work out. This could be enough room. Let's see. We're going to want the Syngas producer controller. Let's see, I'm trying to think about how to set this up. Because we're basically going to want the controller. We're going to want a couple of the heating chambers, the mixing chambers. And from what I understand, this is basically a free form, for lack of a better way to put it. Maybe I can dig a little bit back here. See if we've got the room for that. Yeah, we do. Nice. Good. We got a little bit of room. But we are going to want to set up. There's basically 3 of these multi-block things that we're going to want to have set up. There we go. Let's see, what else? Fluid intake valve. Let's see, this is where we're going to pipe the water in. Maybe a better idea to put you up here. Let me fill that in real quick. There we go. Let's see, let's put you up here. And let's maybe do, it might not be a bad idea to put you up here as well. Let's do the intake valve over here, I think. Item input. That's where we're going to be piping in stuff like our wood. Let's see, on the fluid output valve. Fluid output. That's where we're going to be getting, I think I see what I want to do here. Let's kind of swap some of this stuff. Let's put the mixing chamber there-ish. Let's do our item input over here, and we'll put our fluid output right there. Alright, so this should basically at this point be a functioning Syngas producer, which is cool. Definitely what we want there. Man, this is nuts. I'm really squishing myself here. Let's get a tank as well. I think, what I think might be fine is let's run. We're still going to get the tank, of course. I may even already have one. But I think there's stuff in there. So let's just get a fresh tank. And I would like to go ahead and upgrade you as far as we can take it. What am I missing? Oh, obsidian, really? that's unexpected. Am I really out of obsidian? Wow, we are. That is nice. That I think is do we still have? Yeah, we still have this guy. Let's just switch you over to obsidian here. That'll get us a little bit. Let's see. Let's swap you. I mean, that's, well, you know what? Let's just leave it. Let's leave it, and we'll just grab the obsidian we need out of here. How about that? There we go. And you're full of glowstone again. I'm not really sure how that keeps happening. Oh, are you kidding me? Come on now. Unbelievable. There we go. Let's run over here with our tank before I end up killing myself. Let's pop that in there. Can I get a kit now? Was that all that was holding me up? Yeah. Okay. Alright. While that is happening, let's run over here to our enchantment area. I'm going to need a little bit of lapis. That wasn't what I asked for, and I think you know it. Where's my wrench? Wrench. There we go. Press it. Alright. And I need my crafting grid. There we go. Let's get a little bit of lapis out of here. I've noticed with these you don't have to really do anything super special. I think holding is all that will go on here. We'll definitely be holding 4. That's for sure. Alright, so that's done. For those of you that don't know, you can totally enchant these portable tanks from thermal. Now you can see it can hold like, what is that, 60 buckets? Which is ridiculous. It's a huge amount. See, I think I may have accidentally gotten rid of something over here that I didn't want to get rid of. Because I can see I've got a piece of trim in there. I did. So we may need to worry about that later. How are we coming on that kit? Nice. Alright, so let's head back over and finish up with this Syngas deal. And I love, you know, I love all the power, but see, that's part of the problem that I've been running into. Is, you know, this thing is supposed to be gathering lava, and it's got glowstone in it. So, you know, I'm not producing all the power that I should be. Deep resonance is awesome. I love it. It is a decent source of power. But it's a little bit more time-consuming than I would want it to be. Because believe it or not, making these crystals does take quite a bit of effort. You know, so I spend, instead of working on stuff, I spend a lot of time kind of sitting right here and automating things, or you know, making sure that things are still going. And it's just basically more time than I want to spend doing it. So I'm hoping that this will end up working out. Now, I don't have any more room of that right. So what I can do, what can I do? I'm going to leave myself a little bit of room. Let's just pop you there for now. Let's see, this is the fluid output, fluid intake. So we're going to need a source of water. And I think at this point everybody knows that my favorite source of water is, of course, the sink. But I think what we're going to do is let's do this a little smarter because I'm going to want to pipe in some items up here as well. So let's see how difficult it would be to get the grid over here, which hopefully won't be too difficult, seeing as how I think I've got it like right behind that wall basically already. So we may need to, let's see. Maybe something like this will get us close to over there. Where'd my illuminating wand go? There we go. Alright, so there's our grid. Almost where I want to be. So I basically want to come over this way somewhat. See if we can't get ourselves some light in here. So deep resonance. We're almost there. I think coming from over here may have been a better idea. That should roughly be, let me see if, may just kind of do something like this for the time being. There we go. So, if I come at it from this way, again, let's get a little bit of light over here. I think maybe I'll run into, that's weird. What are you even doing over there? I think you're doing something. I always hate digging behind stuff like this. I get lost so easy. And you are a weird, there we go. Say you are a weird lighting texture, my friend. I mean, we should be, really, we should have definitely run into the, oh, maybe not. There we go. I figured we were getting pretty close to it. So what I'm thinking is, let's grab some grid cabling. There we go. And let's order a couple of exporters. Cool. All right, let's get our grid cable down. How are we doing on those exporters? Nice. Okay, so in the fluid intake valve, I'm going to want to have this set up for water. So we're going to set you to fluids and water. And then up here, we're basically going to be using wood, because I have tons and tons of it. There we go. So you guys at this point should be nice. Alright, so let's get this junk cleaned out real quick. And let's dig myself out of this little mess I got into here. Nice. Let's go ahead and use our upgrade kit on this guy. Sweet. So you should be holding basically a ton now. Lots and lots, which is cool. And you are getting oak wood, and once that steam, I think it needs to get to a certain point, and then we'll start producing our syngas. Oh, it looks like we're already producing it. Yes, nice. Nice, very nice. So I think right in here, right in that general area. Now what I may do, we may, since we have enough room this way, it looks like we're going to freeze the computer for a moment here. There we go. I think I should probably close that up. There we go. Let's get a little bit more light going on in here. There we go. What I may do, I haven't completely decided how I'm going to lay all this out. I'm thinking right in this area is, for now, where we're going to put the turbine controller. When I add the steam to it, which I don't, in fact, I don't even think we're going to have time to get into it in this episode. I was just kind of looking at the clock, and I think we may need to go ahead and wrap up and get into the steam and what do you call it, the turbine controller later. But let's try to get it done. Let's just go ahead and do it. So let's get ourselves a turbine controller, and I think I want to just go ahead and go with the manual. I've been looking at all this stuff, and I'm going to need, is it the gas turbine? I think it's the gas turbine controller. So let's go ahead and get one of those. Nice. Let's get a fluid intake valve. We're definitely going to want a flux generator. In fact, we're probably going to want two of those, and I see some things we haven't made yet here. So let's get a couple of those. Power input-output module. We might need some pistons. Yeah, it looks like we need another piston here real quick. Oh, I see what I did. I forgot to make this guy. There we go. Okay, so there's our two flux generators. We are going to need the fluid intake valve, fluid intake valve, there we go. Let's see, what else are we going to need here? The turbine, I believe. This is where we need our manual and turbine. And I think we're going to need a few of these. Let's see if that'll be enough. Nice. We're going to want a manual and turbine, of course. There we go. Let's see, the fuel air mixer and the gas mix compressor are next. Fuel air mixer. We might have everything for that. What are we missing? Pistons, of course we are. So let's get a couple more pistons. There we go. And we are going to need the gas mix compressor. There we go. Advanced pressure valve. Ooh. Advanced alloy. Ooh. Ah. I can get regular pressure valves and some Inderium for that in an induction smelter, so let's do that. Inderium. How much of that can we get? Can we do 20? Sure we can. Nice. And we're going to need some valves. Alright, so let's head upstairs to our manual induction smelter. And if I upgraded the car, I haven't upgraded you at all. Wow. Let's see if we can't get you upgraded, sir. Now, let's see. Do we have manual yet? Or the Inderium? We've got some. Yeah, good. Let's get some Inderium. A couple of those pressure valves. And let's see what you're doing for the kit. Might still take a second, so let's get you smelting up here. What was it again? The gas mix thing? I think it was gas mix compressor. And we need 8 Inderium, so a total of 16 Inderium, I think. Or are we just doing the one? We're just doing the one. So, but we need 2 of those pressure valves. So we need 16 Inderium and 2 pressure valves. Looks like we'll have just enough Inderium to make that happen. And 2 pressure valves. Did we get our kit yet? Nice. Let's get ourselves a couple of augments. There we go. I want this guy. I want 4 of those probably. That should let me get 4 of these. Nice. So hopefully that'll greatly speed this process up. There's one. There's the other one. Nice. Alright, so we should be able to get our gas mix compressor here pretty quick. Nice. Alright. So hopefully Now we should be able to throw this together pretty quick and start actually generating some power. So let's see. I guess these can go back here. Well, I might want to move those. We'll worry about that in a second, though. We're going to want the turbine controller. The fluid intake valve, I think, is probably going to go over in that area. We're going to want a fuel air mixer, gas mix compressor, and yeah, I think I put those in backwards, as a matter of fact. Where is my, there it is. And again, this is a total freeform multi-block. There's no actual thing that says you have to build it this particular way. So that, I think all we need is, say, a hardened fluid duct. Hardened fluid duct. Nice.